What's up, fight fans? This is Counterpunch with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news, some bizarre news, some controversial news concerning Oleksandr Usyk and Daniel Dubois. First, fight happens like any other fight. People came out. I only seen the main event. I didn't see the undercard, okay? But I seen the difference of speed early, first round, second round. Usyk was using the jab. Dubois was barely landing. Dubois was doing the Anthony Joshua-ish up and down shit, which you never do that with someone that is bouncing up and down with you. You think it's going to help you. It does not. The right jab was landing. Maybe a left and a right, a straight left from Usyk. Landed pretty hard in the second round. Third round, more of the same. Usyk landed a left, worked, controlled with the jab. Nothing really striking. Fourth round, I did notice the eye of Dubois starting to swell. And also, Daniel Dubois started landing shots to the body. Heavy shots to the body. And that is when I think he woke up and started to realize that, hey, he's not going to outbox this guy. He's not faster than this guy. He has to time this guy. And the fifth round, okay, this is a very controversial round and topic to discuss. Okay, simply because, this will take a little time. We had Daniel Dubois jab upstairs, right uppercut to the body. For the most part, that shot landed on the belt line. Okay, Usyk goes down. Usyk goes down, stays down for a long damn time. A long time, okay? And to the point where it looked like he was going to pull an Amir Khan, like he wasn't not going to continue when he fought, Terrence Crawford. And Terrence Crawford, put a whooping on and made him quit. Okay, it looked like we were going to see one of those situations. All right. Now, however, the referee ruled it a low blow. Okay, he ruled it a low blow, and there was no points deducted, of course. So, so it was strange. It was strange. Usyk finally got up, maybe after 2 minutes, maybe 2.5, maybe 3, and continued to fight. And then Usyk, started landing straight lefts, and I think Dubois landed a right hand after the 5th round. 6th round, more of the same. Usyk started to put punches together. Okay. Daniel Dubois goes to the body more. And I thought it was brilliant. I thought that was like, oh, that's ingenious, because hey, you've already hurt him down there. You softened him up. So if there is a weak spot or soft spot or tender spot in Oleksandr Usyk, okay, let's make it more tender. Let's make it more soft. Let's make it more uncomfortable. That's the word that Team Dubois used when speaking of Oleksandr Usyk. Usyk started to complain about those. Now, mind you, all those weren't low blows. All right? Now, round 6 or 7, Dubois goes down from like a left, a scraping left, and I believe like a right uppercut or a left uppercut. He goes down. And it's almost like he ducks to avoid getting hit again. And as soon as he did that, my confidence in Daniel Dubois dropped. Okay? It dropped significantly because it's like, okay, well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You got hit with shots and you ducked to avoid them. We've seen signs of this in the Ladena fight. But let's more. Let me get through the breakdown. Rounds 8, more of the same. Danny Dubois went to the body. I think that's what their focus point was, work the body. He was then started to cut off the ring. And in the 9th round, people, Danny Dubois took a jab to the face. And I swore this motherfucker turned into Malik Scott. He jumped to the canvas, took a knee, and did not get up until the count was pretty much over. He was basically like Ryan Garcia in there. Ryan got hit with a body shot. This guy gets hit with a jab, and he stays there. Now, there was no contesting that. I'm like, okay, that could have been kind of early, but there was no contesting that. The contesting was with the 5th round. And I'm looking at I'm still live, okay? And I'm looking at the comments, and it's torn. People are like, hey, well, Usyk can't fight. Luka Mora quit as a boyfriend. Usyk can't fight. Usyk is shit from another person. Daniel Dubois was robbed. Don Charles had an outburst. Frank Warren came, put his 2 cents in. And this is what my counterpunch is to all this. For one, the sole reason that Oleksandr Usyk the reason it was not counted as a knockdown was because of the referee. The referee is at fault not only because of his decision to call it a low blow, it was also a decision not to inform the fighters what was okay with the belt line. The belt line's supposed to be under the belly button. Anything below that is illegal. He did not specify. Was Usyk's trunks high? They were not seemingly high, but they weren't magnificent. It doesn't matter where they were. I'm going to tell you why. Oleksandr Usyk, his belt line was not established to where to get hit. His wasn't, neither was Daniel Dubois. Okay? I will say this. Daniel Dubois landed that right uppercut on the belt line. You guys can see it. It was on the belt line. And because it was on the belt line, I think, and I feel, okay, when you're thinking about instructions, the referee didn't give them any. Therefore, it's the referee's decision to make that call then. So, Oleksandr Usyk wouldn't have been counted out simply because it was already ruled as a knockdown. Now, where the target area was okay or wasn't okay was not determined. But obviously, if he didn't call where it was or wasn't determined, he makes the decision on the spot, and that's what he did. He ruled it as a low blow, and he gave Usyk time. Okay. However, I will add to this. Usyk does not like low blows. Usyk does not like body shots. Usyk is not a guy that loves those punches to the body or down south or anywhere. So for the punches that Daniel Dubois was landing, he was complaining about those, and those were clearly legal blows. Okay, so that's just him. So it's safe to say that Usyk was complaining about something that he doesn't like, and he didn't like. Okay, so that really, you have to put that into perspective. Also, though, on the other hand, Daniel Dubois has quit in his DNA. That's it. He has quit in his DNA. He can't take a punch. We've learned that from the Kevin Ledetta fight. We've learned that shit from the Joe Joyce fight, first of all, because Joe Joyce, he quit on the Joe Joyce fight. I don't care what people say. He quit. He quit. I don't know, and no one knew about how his eye and the condition it was in before he quit. He still quit, though. He quit then, and he got hit with shots that he couldn't take from Kevin Ledetta, and it was the same type of shit. The only difference is Kevin Ledetta probably wasn't on the take. Or maybe he hit Kevin Ledetta and Kevin Ledetta got scared or whatever. But he eventually got Kevin Ledetta out of there. But Usyk is not a Kevin Ledetta. Okay? And he did not get up. So he can't take a shot for shit anyway. So this was very, very, very controversial. Okay? I see people and I understand what they meant. However, the same people that I see ridicule Usyk are the same people that believe in Glovegate bullshit. I just broke it down to you, unbiased as I possibly could. People will find fault in it. Because people are looking for things to throw in other fighters' face if it's not the fighter that you support. And I'm looking at that on my trenches, on my comments right there. Oh, Usyk cheated and Usyk shit and this, that. No, Usyk tapped that ass. Usyk's a great fighter. He took the shots from Daniel Dubois. Didn't land many, but Daniel could not take his shots. The knockdown was controversial. Did Usyk piss and moan and complain about body shots? Yes, he did, but he always does. That's nothing new to Oleksandr Usyk. Does that make him a pussy? No. That makes him with a weak spot. Okay? That is my breakdown of Oleksandr Usyk versus Daniel Dubois. The punch, the knockdown or the punch landed on the belt from Daniel Dubois. I don't feel was deliberate at all. Should they fight again? Well, they should fight with somebody that has enough experience because this referee didn't. I think the worst thing that happened in this fight is the fact that they didn't have a referee with the type of experience that it needed to cover this type of situation. That's what I feel. That's my counterpunch. You guys tell me what you think of Oleksandr Usyk stopping Daniel Dubois, or should I rephrase, Daniel Dubois quitting against Oleksandr Usyk from a jab. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!